Hello, my name is Eric with Advanced Office, and I'm here to show you a quick overview of one of our newest machines, the Ricoh Pro C5310S. I'm going to go through a typical training scenario where I'll show you how all the hardware features, and then we'll get into some of the software features on the front touch panel. Just starting from the top here, we have the auto document feeder. It's a high capacity feeder, has about 200 sheets, single-sided as well as two-sided single pass scanning and copying, which is pretty common now. It does open up. Anytime you have paper stuck in it, you can open it here. Opening it up right here, you can see that it has the lens, one lens for one pass here, the second lens up here, which scans the backside, which enables the rapid single pass scanning ability. Also capable of, if paper ever gets stuck in there, you can pull it out here. Large flat pane glass. This is mostly for odd-sized papers or anything that might have staples, paper clips that you wouldn't want to send to the auto document feeder itself. All right, next we have the antenna, something people are always curious about what the lights actually mean. So the lights you'll see are blue, yellow, and red. Blue means it's working normally. Another light that you'll see a lot of the time is yellow. Now yellow indicates that supplies are low. The third light you'll see is red. Red indicates that there is something wrong. The red light means it needs your help. So if you ever see a red light when you're printing, it's either out of paper, out of toner, or there's a misfeed. All right, next I'll show you the bypass tray. The 5300 is as a heavy-duty pro machine, has a very large bypass tray. It does extend out as well. The bypass tray is what you would use for anything that's very stiff, or for specialized media like labels, anything where you wouldn't want it to curl. All of the main paper trays on all of the standard Ricoh copiers that you see down here, the paper needs to be flipped over as it passes through. So by using the bypass tray, you're giving it a straight shot right through the printer. And that's why it's recommended to be used for thick paper and labels. All right, next I'll show you the large capacity tray, or LCT. This is an optional feature that you can get. But it's essentially a very large tray. It can hold, depending on the paper type, up to 2,500 sheets of all different sizes, from 8.5 by 11 or even statement size to 12 by 18. This particular model, I believe, is the air feed, which gives you a more reliable feeding system and is much less prone to jamming. Having a LCT like this is good. It basically gives you the same benefits as the bypass tray that I showed you earlier, where the paper gets a straight shot through the machine and doesn't have to be curled. So it's one of the best ways to feed sensitive media. All right, next I'll show you the paper trays. This model does have the large capacity paper tray. It's one of Ricoh's signature features. It's really cool. It basically has two side-by-side paper trays that lets you hold a lot of specifically 8.5 by 11 paper. You can't resize it to 11 by 17, but if you're doing a lot of 8.5 by 11, it's great. One of the cool features about it is you can actually fill up both of these trays, and then as paper runs out in tray 1, the paper that's on the side-by-side tray will be automatically switched over. So I'll show you that right here. We hear the tray lifting. There's no paper, so it's going back down. And now the machine is actually moving paper from one side to the left. Now, while that is a kind of cool trick, the way it's really beneficial for you is that this machine, while it's printing from this tray, you can open it up and load this tray, which means you can print non-stop. It's one of my favorite features of this type of tray that you can't get from most other manufacturers. Alright, I'll show you the other trays. This model is equipped with a specialized tray too for coated paper. This basically means that it is has a different feeding mechanism, which is going to cause much less jams for coated papers. You can still put plain paper in here, and you can still put coated paper in the bottom one, but they specifically made this one to give you a better performance with them. Like most Ricoh trays, this can be sized for any paper from the smallest paper, which is statement size, usually 8.5 by 5.5, to the largest papers, which would be even up to 19 inches long. Once you get if you're keeping the same paper type, the tray will be tightened down with multiple points, which keeps the fences from moving around when you load paper. But if you ever decide to change it, it's very easy to expand it out, load your paper, and then you can adjust the fences to fit it perfectly. Once it's tightened down, it's ready to go. And also Ricoh has sensors that will detect the position of all these fences and will automatically tell the printer what you've loaded. So when I close this, the machine will know that I've loaded legal size paper, for example. And tray 3 is pretty much the same functions. It is not set up for coated paper. That is a special option you can get, but same principle as far as the fences. And on this one, as you can see, we have 8.5 by, or 11 by 17 paper loaded. All right, next I'm going to show the finishing unit for this model. This model is equipped with multiple finishing options. The main feature being the large, high-capacity stacking and collating tray. With these arms will keep, are what sort the paper individually. If you ever have a lot of paper in here, you want to access it, you can press this button right here. It lowers it down for you, so it's easier to get a grip. This model in particular has an upper tray, an upper stacking tray. This is another feature that's designed to give you non-stop printing. Basically, as soon as this tray fills up, normally the machine would have to stop and wait for you to unload it. In this case, you can enable it to switch to the upper tray and keep printing, which will give the operator time to clear the bottom tray and let it resume, giving you really non-stop printing. So one of the greatest aspects of this machine from an operator standpoint, especially when paired with a fiery print server, is you can access your print jobs from the front panel. So a pretty common situation is you'll print one job as a proof. If it looks good, you can go ahead and print more of them. So for example, it shows me my active jobs. I can go ahead and look at its already printed jobs. This is a whole list of everything I've printed. If I find what I like, I can send it. So we have here the Advanced Office Handbook. If I like it, I can change how many I want. I just need to log in as an operator or as an administrator. This is just the default fired password. But now, I can't change anything like the paper type or pretty much anything but the quantity, but in this case I'm just going to do one as a demo, and I can send it. Comes the folded, stapled, and creased book. Alright, thank you so much for your time today, and as always, please feel free to give us a call with any questions. We're always here to help, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.